Well, it's late night on a Friday. You know what that means? It's time for a bullshit extravaganza. That's right. I cursed in the first 15 seconds, so it's been demonetized. Ow! All those hundreds of fractions of cents. I'm not gonna get them. Yeah. It's a live stream thing. It's a thing. It's a bullshit thing we do. Sometimes play music. Sometimes we just talk about nonsense. And sometimes we drop hard facts. Facts. Don't you love when all those men's rights guys say like facts when they say bullshit about how feminism is the reason they can't get laid? And I think that it is not okay. All right, we're getting real into the weeds real early. You know it's bad when Chris is the thing that keeps us on the rails. Us. Yeah, I guess he and I are in us. Oh, we're in us, guys. Oh, it's a big moment. I'm gonna play something. I don't know what, though. Oh, yeah, I'll try this. I've been trying this on the piano. I'm just going to assume that it sounds okay. Well, I'm going to assume that it's audible. The sounding okay is a different story. I just ran sound for a show, and the sound fidelity was for shit, but the performers were great, and whoever the sound guy was a real... Oh, fuck, I gave the lead away. Thanks, Jake Tapper. I don't care for Jake Tapper. I'm sure he'd be fine to hang out with and have a beer with, but nah, that whole... If we're doing a vibe check... Hold on. Nope. Not for me. All right. Mischief and myself have grown to know each other well. I find escape in the stories she tells. We follow the crowd and we point and we laugh and we yell. Caution tries to warn me, stay out of her way. I find me inside her on every day. Oh, where is the harm in charming my cares away? But it ain't so bad. wife has a sister. Danger is her name. Danger's away, plays into game. She parades. The thrill of the chase is what keeps her from going and going and going insane. Relentlessly, caution speaks, warnings I should heed. I toss them into the wind in hopes that he will leave. Dangers of pleasure of guilt, and she won't let me be. No, it ain't so bad, just an affair, remarkable. Every time I'm hanging around, painting this town with friends of mine. Hi.
Hello.
I have to finish the progression, I'm sorry.
I understand. You can finish the whole song if you want.
Well, this is the end of the song.
Oh, okay. How does it end?
Like this.
But you haven't ended.
Oh, sorry, I was in the future. You should be getting the end now? Thanks, me too.
None taken.
None taken. All right.
Hi.
Hey, spoiler alert, Chris is here now.
That's me.
Yeah.
I was here the whole time.
Oh, I see Chris people all the time. All the time. I just saw your friend Christian.
I am deeply jealous. He
He's
is
still
a wonderful
lovely
man.
as ever. I told him you were jealous, and he laughed and laughed and said, "Good." No, he's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
I believed you till you got to good.
Yeah, he did laugh though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he played with his band Boy Meets Pearl, and a band I'd played a show with. Oh man, it's like almost 10 years ago. The last time we played.
I don't think he was in that band then.
No, not him. The band they were playing with. Charming Disaster is a lovely band out of Brooklyn. Maybe it was probably more like 8 years ago. Maybe it was 7. It was whenever I was going to New York a lot. Which I'm probably regretfully going to start doing again.
I'm sorry.
I know, all the rats. I get to see all my rat friends. There's a lot of rats in Georgetown, but it doesn't hold a candle to New York subways. Like, you can't, even if you're on the platform for like 2 minutes, you're gonna see a dozen rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their city. There are more rats than people in New York City.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's only 8 million people. There's probably like 12 million rats.
Yeah. You think it's only that many?
I was lowballing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you also don't want to do with all those rats around.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. So you were watching Spider-Verse with your family while I was trudging down 395 into the bowels of DC.
I am sorry. Although, whereabouts did you play?
Southeast. It's the place.
Yeah.
Boy, what is the I know the first part of the name, and it's a subject that we were talking about in the last stream.
It must have really made an impression on you.
It's called Aunt something, or Aunt something, and I realized on the drive home, the reason I say aunt instead of aunt, because I used to say aunt, is because of the sketch group Auntie Donna. They're Australian, and so they say aunt.
That's
Auntie Donna.
Funny.
And so yeah, Auntie Donna.
That's a great sketch group name.
It's a great sketch group too. Yeah.
You ever see The Vacant Lot?
No, I saw Sandlot.
Did I see Sandlot?
James Earl Jones.
It's no, I don't think he's in that.
Yeah, he's definitely in the Sandlot.
In the Sandlot?
Yeah. He plays the mean neighbor with the dog, and then it turns out the dog is really nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, I probably saw it at some point, but I
Came out like 95 or something. Yeah, you're not really missing out on anything. The Sandlot, it's fine. Just,
wait. Is that the one with "You're Killing Me," Smalls?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm aware of it.
And a
I
kid
like
forces a
baseball
kiss on a lifeguard.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he pretends to drown, and then you get it.
yeah, I think I've seen it. I think I saw it. I just didn't care. I
And
like
you are
baseball
killing me,
movies.
Smalls.
Yes, indeed.
So Spider-Verse still hold up?
May have been better than
May
I
have been
remembered.
better. I feel like that movie gets better on rewatch.
There are things like the spoilers.
Yeah.
Do you know who played Doc Ock?
Yeah, yeah. Our favorite person, one of our favorite people,
Catherine motherfucking
Catherine
Hahn.
motherfucking Hahn. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
great in Parks and Rec, a show you'll never see.
No, but she is great. And again, Tiny Beautiful Things.
I'll get to it in like 3 years.
Yeah,
Unless
maybe.
Amazon does the thing that Disney and HBO are doing, where they're pulling their own original content.
Back in the vault,
They pulled Dollface from Hulu.
so they don't have to pay.
Yeah, so they don't have to pay Kat Dennings and that cat lady. Oh, Kat Dennings, cat lady. I didn't even think about it.
I didn't do it either. Yeah, I loved
Underutilized in WandaVision.
I loved the first season of Dollface and could not get into the second season.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I was just on board. It took me a while to get around to it because I was like, "What even is this?" But then the pandemic happened.
Yeah, and then you're like, it doesn't matter what
Doesn't
anything
matter what's
is
happening.
because there
Nothing
isn't
matters.
anything.
And so then I watched it and I fell in love. It's like a really charming.
It's a wonderful show.
Yeah, maybe give the second season a try again.
Can't.
Oh, you can't. It's gone. Oh God, the fucking mouse.
Why? Why you
Because
gotta
of
do
money,
that? Yeah.
and like they
I will
think
say-
they're.
What's still there though is the first season of Reacher,
Oh yes,
Ah.
yes.
and it really is like a
That
crap
guy is
ton.
so big.
He is, although not as big as he's cast. He's like 6'2"-ish, 6'3"-ish.
No, but they put him next to like the cop that he works with, not the lady cop who does us the favor of being naked.
Yeah.
No, the black cop from what's he from? Is he from Orphan Black? No, he's from.
Sorry,
he's
don't
from
know.
iZombie.
I wanted to get into that more.
No, don't.
I
The
didn't.
ending is so. Oh my god.
The comic looks good. It's a
It's
Mike
cute.
Allred.
It's a cute show, and I hear the comic.
Although she's great
better.
in Ghosts,
She's great in that show.
and she's so adorable when they try to frump her up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
No.
they've got her in mom jeans and shit.
yeah. She's an Aussie.
Yeah, and she
She's a
does
bloody Aussie.
great-
Rose McIver.
great. Is she Aussie or is she Kiwi?
Oh, she may be Kiwi. So there are these two shows that were on around the same time, iZombie and The 100, of equal quality. In that,
no.
if you haven't seen them, don't worry about it. Let's see, Rose McIver, not Rose McGowan.
No.
No.
Who's gone crazy?
Well, she had a lot of shit go down. She is a Kiwi, Rose
I
McIver.
didn't say. Yeah, I thought she might be. I didn't say it was unjustified.
Justified. It's like a month and a half away. That
I know.
trailer.
I know. Yeah, I am. I'm not ready to do another rewatch of the original
Didn't
show
you
to
just
get ready.
watch it like
but
6 months ago or something?
yeah, that less.
Yeah.
And
Maybe it was me that watched it 6 months ago.
Accepting that stupid Florida garbage, it's pretty unassailable as a
It
television
really,
show.
it would be up there for me with Breaking Bad and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, if not for
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the second one?
Crazy
Ex-Girlfriend.
Blam. That's probably my favorite intro for the show. Is
Come
that
on.
one.
I live in this park.
It's really good. That's number 2. And then
Yeah.
because the first one is really good too. And then when Paula's husband recounts
Yeah.
the thing, and then they just do that's a sexist. She's a crazy ex-girlfriend. And then they just do the title card. It's
She's
and
a-
then you don't even realize they didn't
Hey,
do the theme
it's a
song.
little more nuanced than that.
Yeah, it's really fucking good, man. It's really good. That's a good. It's
love it.
She gives good show. Rachel Bloom. She gives good show.
does.
I
will
and I don't
say
know
that-
that she'll ever make another one because she fucking nailed it. I wouldn't.
TV,
I'd
and
be scared
TV's
to.
hard. Yeah.
It is, and it's hard to end things, and she ended that very well.
Stuck the landing.
Yeah, I think so.
Have you watched the doc yet?
No,
It's worth your time.
I am
There-
watching. If we're talking docs, Jimmy Pardo style. Talking
Doc talk.
docs with you, Doc talk. He's a pedophile, but he's dead, so it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Light and Magic on Disney Plus, which is about the
Oh,
story
I've been meaning
behind
to watch that.
ILM.
I know
Yeah,
exactly what it
I
is.
was just like, look, I know I want to watch this, and I go to Disney Plus sometimes. It's just like I need to make use of this fucking subscription because I'm paying $20 a month for Disney and Hulu.
Yeah.
So I may as well. And man, it is just so good.
Well, it's
I'm
the
halfway
best of
through
us.
it.
Like ILM is like
It really is.
even
And-
when the movies are garbage, ILM's work is always
But like, you see Ralph McQuarrie. I'd never seen him work before, and they show behind the scenes when him and Joe Johnston are like doing the storyboards for stuff. And then the one of the guys who does the matte paintings worked with McQuarrie, and it's just like it's so good. The first 3 episodes are basically just about Star Wars and Empire. And then
I
after
enjoy
that,
those. I enjoy
and then
those.
after me too. And then after that, Lucas started farming out ILM to other places, and so that's where I stopped because they were like, and then we farmed it out for Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I'm like, Raiders of the Lost Ark just came on Disney Plus. I'm gonna watch that. So then I
Yeah,
did, and
that'll do it.
guess what?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was the first movie that I went to see in the movie theater by myself multiple times. Came out when I was 10.
Wow, that'll do it. That's the hook right there.
Yeah, like honestly, when you know the age, like Star Wars, I was 5.
Right.
I had no chance.
Of course.
Like people go on about problems with it. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but also pew 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 pew, and all that Force stuff when it's nice and vague is wonderful.
Man, those first 2 are so good, and I think Jedi is fucking is really good. Like
Jedi is good.
it's really good. It
I
really
like
is.
Jedi. For a long time, without thinking about it, Jedi might have been my favorite.
Yeah,
Never
I
said it
hear
was
that
the
a
best
lot.
movie.
I hear that
Never
a
said
lot.
it was the best movie.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Although I will say that I hadn't watched it in long enough time that if maybe in the last 4 or 5 years, I saw the bastardization of it that he did with all the weird CGI.
Right. With where you see down the guy's throat,
And they take out Yub Nub.
which is wild.
McClunky.
McClunky. And McClunky to all, and to all a
Yes.
good night.
McClunky. The weird thing is, though, because I ended up watching the 3 of them with Joylene, who had done all that stuff in real time, being much nerdier than I am about that, and she saw it at the Senator when they did the re-releases right before Girl Reference, Girl Power. I'm not sad, you're sad.
Oh, I'm not sad. You're sad. I think about those songs so much.
Although obviously that one's Lady Sovereign, not
Absolutely no.
I have a Lady Sovereign song somewhere deep in the bowels of my iTunes collection.
Where it belongs.
Yeah,
she was so tiny and angry.
Yeah. Although I really enjoyed their Spice Girls one too, where they were going to take over the world.
Friendtopia.
Yes.
All citizens must watch Hocus Pocus. Have you seen Hocus Pocus?
I love it.
Yeah. No, you're good.
No, I saw it. I love it.
Right, and you're good to not
Yeah.
love it. It's
Okay.
it's
But yeah.
it's a movie.
Yeah, I will say, as far as Raiders goes, it's pretty good.
What's your favorite?
Out of the
Indie.
3, obviously Crystal Skull.
I was about to say
I mean, I'm a little
Crystal Skull, no contest. But of the worst 3, let's see.
out of the worst 3. It's in Greek.
So
You are-
Last
You are
Crusade.
you are named after the dog.
Right, Last
Yeah,
Crusade. I
Last
have
Crus-
only I've seen half of Last Crusade. I was in a cabin,
Really?
and they had it on VHS, and we didn't have really anything to do because every time I went outside, I was swarmed by bugs. It was a beautiful cabin,
yeah.
and swarmed by bugs. So we
That's
watched.
a problem with the outdoors.
Yeah, it's all out there. Like it's everything. It's all and everything lives out there.
Yeah.
But it was lovely, and I would go back
Where was the cabin?
West Virginia, bumfuck West Virginia. Yeah, in the mountains. It just down a gravel road for a mile.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Lovely place. Anyway, I've only seen the first half of that, and so
That's surprising. That's a good time.
it's a good one. It's great, and I fucking Sean Connery when he was still acting, and
Yeah.
you know, he didn't act long enough to pull a Bruce Willis, and then what actually happened to Bruce Willis, which is very sad, because I feel like there was some middle ground there where Bruce Willis, I think in Looper, he gave a fuck.
Fucking Looper, though.
Well, I hate the time travel in it, but like, you know, Rian Johnson gives good movies, so yeah.
You hate the time travel in it?
Yeah, I don't like that kind of Back to the Future bullshit time travel. But like, you know, they stick to the rules, so that's fine. But that's just some nitpicky shit.
You know what doesn't? You say that. You know what doesn't really hold up for me? Back to the Future.
Huh.
It's okay.
It's a really tight movie.
It is.
Yeah.
But tight doesn't always mean good.
No. It's just like they set out to do what they did. They did it, and they did it in pretty much the shortest amount of time possible.
It definitely is what it says on the can.
Yeah.
You know? But the things about it, and then there's terrorist guys for no reason. And
I think the third one is really underrated. I think the third one is a bit of fun. It's a good bit of fun. It gets back to I'm stranded here. It's not super meta. There's stuff that's seeded in the second one that I didn't even think about.
Oh, that's interesting. Now is the second one? The
second one's the Donald Trump one.
What happened?
Donald Trump.
Oh,
yeah, where Biff is Trump.
Okay. Now is that the one in the future or is that the one in the past?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. That's the one where they go to the future at the beginning,
which
and
one
then
has
Marty's
Mary
kid's in
Steenburgen?
trouble. What?
Which one has Mary Steenburgen in it?
The third one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But still, I'm gonna say Captain America, better trilogy.
There's no question there.
Hey, that's simple.
Joe Johnston in this documentary is like talking about how he designed the fucking Millennium Falcon and how he designed like
that's right. He did all that shit before
he designed Boba Fett and like he designed like all this shit and you know, he helped like he redesigned Ralph McQuarrie's designs for the ships. So like he designed the X-Wing as we know it now, the TIE Fighter as we know it now. Like he's responsible for so much of the aesthetic of Star Wars. And then he turns around and makes the best, I think,
Rocketeer. Are you gonna say Rocketeer?
I haven't seen it. It's in my queue because of my affinity for Captain America: The First Avenger, which has a 6.9 on IMDb. What the fuck are these motherfuckers talking about?
Out of a possible 5?
It should be, right? No, I mean, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
It is the least of the Captain America movies, and I'm going to say it is out of the first 23, 24 movies. It belongs...
Easy top 10. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Easy top 10.
Easy top 10.
Like, we got, like, obviously...
It's such a good movie.
Obviously, Iron Man, Guardians, Civil War, First Avengers, and, you know, Infinity War Endgame in there.
Ooh. Now, question.
I may bump First Avengers down.
Obviously, Eternals.
It's the best one, obviously. Number one with a bullet.
I wanted to like it in part.
I liked parts of it.
Yeah.
I walked away from it feeling like, was this a movie?
Or to go another way, did this actually need to happen?
It didn't. Although I do like that there's a big marble baby sticking out of the ocean.
That's great.
And that they reference it in She-Hulk.
Do they really?
In a newspaper clipping, there is like a thing where on the side where it's like a man uses metal knives on his hands in a bar fight, and it's like
that I heard
fucking Wolverine.
that, yeah.
And then it's like, is anybody going to talk about this giant marble statue sticking out of the Indian Ocean? And it's like, no, we're never going to talk about that ever again.
Nope.
With the weird Patton Oswalt goblin guy and Harry Styles who loves being in films because it feels like a movie. That's an interview he did for whatever he did after Don't Worry, Darling, which was apparently just the Stepford Wives.
I heard it was what the big deal was that that what's her name almost looked
Florence
like she
Pug
was.
H or
She's wonderful. Pug
What's her
H.
name? What's her name? The director.
Olivia Wilde.
The former Mrs. Sudeikis. Yeah.
Olivia Wilde. She got all that Sudeikis on her.
Yeah. You got to wash it off, and how better to wash it off than in a Styles-ish way?
She did it with a lot of styles.
You know what? I mean, good on her. Sure, it's not like she went to Pete Davidson. Like
he's a
it's not a
beautiful
Kate
man.
Beckinsale, Pete
No.
Davidson sort of deal where
No.
it's just like. And I had a conversation. I had a show about a week ago at El Golfo where I host an open mic every Thursday. Come on down.
No, I don't think that's true.
I did a show. I did a Ssnotwasscall. I did a show.
Didn't it get canceled?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it canceled forever? Or
No,
just
they found my old tweets and so it's canceled. Yeah.
They didn't need to find the old tweets.
They didn't. Well, that's all I have because I haven't been on Twitter in like 6 years. But yeah, we were talking about like how Pete Davidson just pulls down all this tail, man, and it's like, what's the deal? What's the deal with Pete Davidson? He must have a big penis.
I feel like that guy.
Or maybe
It's
they
like
want
all-
to fix him.
I think it's just they're like trash summer.
Maybe because he
I
does look like just a hodgepodge of a person. He
Yeah.
just looks like a slapdash thrown together person.
They're
And his
just-
personality feels the same way. It's a very Jimmy. He gives me serious Jimmy Fallon vibes. He's a tall, weirder looking Jimmy Fallon.
I think he's funnier.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
a
he's-
tallness. You can fit more humor in there.
And he's I can't see anybody else doing exactly what he does.
No, it's definitely a niche, and
Mm-hmm.
I definitely loved him in The Suicide Squad because of
He
what
was
happened to him
great.
in The
Yes.
Suicide Squad, and it was just like that's the perfect role for Pete Davidson.
Did
That's the
you
perfect
watch-
role for him.
Did you watch? No, the perfect role was King of Staten Island.
I'm never gonna watch that.
That was very good.
Yeah, well, he's in it the whole time.
He's
I'm
very
not
good.
gonna. I can't do that to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
No.
I don't blame you exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, I get it, and I don't need to see the whole. I don't need to see it. And I get it. He and Mulaney are friends. Like, he seems like he'd be a good hang.
Oh,
It's
great
just-
hang.
It's just like Kate Beckinsale. Word. But again, I guess like she was married to that underworld guy for so long. Not Martin Sheen, the
No,
director.
I know exactly
Lynn
what you mean.
Wiseman, yeah, who
Yes.
Paul F. Tompkins does a great impression of. I don't know if it's
I
accurate,
bet you it's not.
but it's a great impression.
like you mean like Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Andrew Lloyd Webber,
Sir.
and Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I also enjoyed. Now,
Share a
was
birthday
it?
with him.
Do you?
And William Shatner and Reese Witherspoon and Stephen Sondheim, who's dead now. May he rip.
I don't think he needs to rest in piss.
But the sign,
Yeah, but I don't think so.
not even with the hashtag.
No. It's very convincing, but no. There's a great. I find Instagram can actually be interesting. And
Instagram.
Yes, exactly. And there's an account on there just called Sondheim Letters, and it's just reproductions.
A. B.
How do they keep going?
It's just a picture of him.
What's great?
The
What's
letter.
great about it is people will send in reproductions of correspondence they had with him, and then in the bottom they'll give context of what they were talking about, and he would write back to people. Yeah, it's kind of
See,
neat.
I knew he was the good one of the two.
Yeah, Sondheim and who?
Weber.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Because, a good person, like a person who has good in them, maybe the capacity for good, sure, but, who is inherently good, a good person doesn't make cats. Nobody does that.
Now here's the question: have you seen the
Cats!
show?
No, but I saw Lindsay Ellis's video essay on the show and the making of the show, and how I think it was Hal David was trying to figure out, because I think he helped Weber write the the words and stuff to it, and he's like, so what? So is this an existential thing? And then Weber's like, no, how? It's about cats.
You know, he's
Because Andrew Lloyd Webber had a cat, had some cats, and he was like, "Oh, these cats, yes, cats."
Weber's a weird one.
He's a weird one. That memory song though, fucking good.
Oh, unbelievable!
Built
song.
the whole show around it.
Yeah, for good reason.
Yeah,
he had
good song.
one great song, and then Jellicle cat, Jellicle cat, and the Rum Tum Tugger. That just sounds so dirty right there.
Idris Elba's fine as shit. All right.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I understand him being the sexy cat, but boy, oh boy, man, I wish I released the butthole cut. That's all I'm saying.
We said release the butthole. We
there was a cut where they were.
I know. Okay, I know.
I'm just saying.
I saw the show whenever it toured originally, so you know, in my teens or something, and it was pretty entertaining. The song was amazing, of course.
Of course. Is it towards the end?
Yeah. The movie is.
You saw it?
That's right.
The 2019 one?
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck! Because they released like a cam, you know, cinematic cam version, like they did with Hamilton, like they're doing with Waitress.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw that it's getting its like debut in Times Square. They're gonna show it for free in Times Square.
Waitress?
Yeah.
When?
I meant to send that to you. I'll have to find it and send it to you.
Shit, I'll go to that super spreader event.
Yeah, you will. Licking every face you find. Well, maybe not face. Release the butthole.
Hey now.
But
there was a lot of saucy talk at this show tonight. It was at it was like a Pride Month sort of thing at a place where they have like drag shows and stuff. So it was very queer.
When it gets Pride, everything gets extra fucky and
really
greasy.
It was, and I was here for it.
Here for it.
Yeah, Christian straightened my lapel, but in a very saucy way, and I was like, "Watch yourself, counselor."
He's a wonderful man.
Was so tall and just
what?
He's just. Is he an angel?
And he's gotten better looking. The hair going gray just makes everything better.
It's like such a good look. Christian, come on the show.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
It really would.
I miss the hell out of the both of them. Now, have you met Alejo yet?
No.
You're missing out.
I believe you. Like anybody who he'd pick.
Yeah.
You know, like he wouldn't settle for him. Be-doo-be-doo-be.
We stayed over one of the times we played at their place. We stayed over and we got to spend the day with them in their DC, like walking around with them. We ran into people that they knew because Christian knows everyone. We went to Sticky Fingers, the vegan bakery, and coming out was one of the members of Fugazi, and they hugged Joe Lolly. Is that it? Did I lose you? I don't know Fugazi. But it was a beautiful day. We went back to their place and they're like, "Hey, we're going to bake. Do you guys want to hang out longer?" It's like so badly, but we have to go back to our horrible lives. This was pre-children.
Yeah, his birthday is Sunday. And I was invited to an after thing.
Why didn't you go?
Because I didn't want to be in DC any longer.
That's fair.
Yeah, I really don't like it there. And there were so many cops because this place was right across the street from some Marine bullshit. I played a show down there a couple times at a place that I don't think exists anymore.
Have you been to the gallery yet?
No. What's that?
That's Christian and Alejo's townhouse that they have a performance space.
No. But Christian said that he just took a picture of the graffiti you left on his wall. He said he'd send me a picture, and then I forgot that we don't have each other's numbers. So, but we follow each other on Instagram. So
I have to drop him a message sometime. I don't think I have his telephone number either. If it makes you feel any better.
You know, if you make the trek down here, and you let me know in far enough advance, I could arrange a show with you, myself, and him and his band. And I think that would be a lovely time.
I would love that so hard. The problem is, if I
getting
came
down here.
No. in addition to that, if I came down there to play and I didn't have Joylene with me, I don't know that I'd be welcome. You know,
I'm not saying
comparison.
just you. That doesn't make
Well,
any
okay, then.
sense. No,
No,
of course,
no,
it's a
it wouldn't
package
make
deal.
any sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So eventually, not tonight, because I didn't get a chance to work it up, but I have another goddamn parade song.
Okay. Cool. Oh, should we tell all the nobody that this is a 2-night event? Hey, all you nobody, this is a 2-night event, a special 2-night event.
I feel like we need to tease something that's going to happen tomorrow. Are we doing our book report tomorrow?
I think we are. Yeah, because
Okay, book report.
I took Kingdom Come to the show that I was
Did you finish
running
reading
sound
it?
for. No, I had to run sound at the show.
No, there's no work involved in running
There
sound.
was
You go.
quite a bit because it was a shitty sounding room. And they had like this weird digital sort of pseudo digital. Man, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. I hated it.
So you didn't take the sound equipment. You used theirs.
Oh no! For what I was getting paid and for how last minute it was, there was no fucking way I was lugging all my shit up 2 flights of stairs, and running all that cable and doing all that shit. I would have had to show up an hour earlier than I did, and it wasn't happening.
Nope.
Yeah. But anyway, so I read probably like 15, 20 pages while I was there, and someone
good.
walked up to me because I had because I wasn't really making I wasn't really hiding the fact that I was kind of put out to be there. So
The hell you say?
yeah, the devil I say. So I made a joke about like something that's like, yeah, and then I'm gonna go home and kill myself, and then it's like, oh no, I'm not, because I still have to go watch Spider-Verse. But then after that, I'll kill myself.
After that, no, wait, you can't do that because then we have to talk about Spider-Verse.
I see. I didn't even think of that.
When are you going to see Spider-Verse?
Either Sunday or Monday.
Go tomorrow. That way we can talk about it tomorrow.
I'm not going tomorrow because
not?
tomorrow's Saturday and there will be people there. Why would I go see a movie with a bunch of fucking dirty people?
Not if you
Loud.
go first.
Yeah, no, they're there. I promise. At this
no,
theater, it'll be like at least half full, and that's too much.
Go to a different theater.
So no, so I'm going.
But
what?
we're
You want me to?
going-
You want me to drive?
Yeah.
More than 20 minutes,
No.
and then pay more than $20
Yeah.
to sit in a theater, not to be guaranteed that I
Yeah.
won't be surrounded by people.
No. Yeah.
What I'm gonna do
No.
instead is
Yeah.
watch it on Sunday or Monday, like I said.
No, but if you watched it tomorrow, because we're gonna watch it tomorrow, then we could discuss it tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, I understand the premise. I
you
reject
sure?
your premise.
Because I wanna be clear that you understand. See, if we both watched it in the same day, and then that night, as we're doing the second
okay.
part
No,
of our
go
2-part
ahead,
live
go ahead.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't
2-part live stream.
following, but now I get.
Yeah. I know. And then we could discuss it because we will both have seen it because we're doing the second part
Ooh,
of
counterpoint.
our special. Wait. Of our special. Oh, well, you got me there.
It's pretty good counterpoint.
It's pretty good. You got me there.
No, if I were to go to see anything tomorrow, it would be Guardians again, because no one will be in that theater. So
Yeah, tempted. Well, the good thing is, I don't. Do they do like assigned seats at the theater you go to?
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing.
it really is, unless someone is in your seat.
Well, you can have them moved.
Sure, and you can have $1 million.
See, this is one of the many differences about living in a much smaller area as opposed to like where you are. Because we went in to sit down, we had assigned seats. There were people sitting in one of our seats, and I said, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, there's a girl sitting there. I'm sorry, I think this is ours." And her boyfriend leans over to me, and it's somebody I know. It's somebody I've known for like 6-7 years.
Oh.
I'm like, "Doug," I was like, "Hey, man. How you doing?" I was like, "Yeah, you want us to move?" I'm like, "Nah, I think we're good." And we just sat down.
Right.
You know, like it was
See,
a friend of mine.
You run the risk here if you do that of getting in a fight.
Yes.
Right.
Or worse.
Yeah.
Or worse.
There
You
are
might have
things
to talk
that-
talk to someone.
God.
Not
You
a
might
fan.
have to run it up the chain with somebody. No. That's why I'm a Sunday morning movie guy. That's
my
me.
dad was a Sunday morning movie guy. That's
So is
where
my dad.
where
We
I
go
saw
see movies together on Sunday mornings.
we used to
Sometimes
go
that's
to
when we saw
Golden Ring
Guardians.
Mall. Yeah, we used to go to Golden Ring Mall before they made superhero movies for kids or anything. So I saw all manner of weird shit because it's what he wanted to see.
Secretary,
No, this is before that.
Apocalypse Now. It's after that.
You're asking good questions because honestly, I can't remember. This is going to sound so hokey, but it's just true. I can't remember the movies. I just remember getting to go to a movie with my dad.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. I'm sorry, hold on. Gay! But also pretty nice. Pride Month, so
It can
you're
be both.
on brand.
It can be both. Sure.
Can be both.
Can be
I saw
both.
not a lot of nice gays this evening.
Yeah.
I assume, actually. I only know that I only know for sure that Christian was gay, but like I assume given the context of the venue and the show and the way I talk with my hands that at least I'm partially gay. So, I'm somewhere on there. I know when men are pretty.
Yes, absolutely.
That's something. I've kissed a boy before.
Yeah.
Not a boy, a man. Oh,
So,
yeah.
well, yeah. So say we all.
Yeah. Mhm. Kaiser Sose.
Yeah, sure. But Kaiser, so say we all. No, I had a friend. I was driving. I won't name her, but I was driving home and we were talking, and she said, "So are you finally going to get?" How did she put it exactly? It's like, so you're gonna finally deal with your get comfortable with your queer side or something. And I was like, I'm very comfortable with my queer side. She's like, yes, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
It's like-
when it took me like halfway through my 20s, I think, to get comfortable with like not even like my feminine side, but like the part of me that understands like the male sexuality and like appreciating it. Not my sexuality, but like the people like Pedro Pascal. He is a fucking snack. Absolutely. He's I bet he smells nice.
you know the one who got me, and unfortunately his name just went out of my head. He's a fantastic actor. He's gotten older and heavy, so it's not like older him, but young.
Brendan Fraser?
No.
He's a dreamboat. The Mummy era Brendan Fraser? What?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, it's basically Indiana Jones, but with a mummy.
I saw George of the Jungle. Does that count?
No. I loved that movie, but I was fucking 9 when I saw it, so.
I'm looking at young Andre Braugher.
Oh, Jesus.
You want to talk about the tingles?
Fuck, yeah, man. Homicide Life on the Street, Andre Braugher?
Oh no, the really bad remake of Wings of Desire with Nick Cage. Don't trouble yourself. Except
I won't.
young, hot Andre Braugher,
Well, that's
in
what
the-
IMDb is for, my friend. IMDb is what I just said, and you know what? I'm sticking to it.
as one would.
So say we all.
Yes. Younger Andre Braugher. I was like, tingle, tingle, tingle. I will tell you not a while that actor is hot, but like an in-person thing. I went to when was this? This was a long time ago because my dad was still around. But I went to see him in the hospital. He got some procedure. He was doing fine, and I walked in, and there was a male nurse there, who was, I think the term now is a snack. And he looked at me. I had this, but it was like charcoal black, just completely black. And he looked at me and went, beard. And he shook my hand, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know?
You want to go get something to eat?
I was trying to come...
Because you are a snack.
I was trying to figure out a way to come back and visit a little more. And I remember, we chatted a little bit, and he was very nice. And I remember telling Joylene about this, and she thought it was very funny. I remember shaking hands with him again. And after I got my dad home, and after that, I told Joylene about it. and we went to visit him, and we're talking out of nowhere. He goes, I think that that nurse was kind of sweet on you. He seemed very nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that was actual thing that happened, and I'm like, I told Joylene about it. Again, girl reference. It's like that was that you want to talk about like just way out of your league. It's like, well, if it's gonna happen, yeah.
Hey, man. Obviously, none taken.
Yeah,
Jeez.
exactly.
Fucking hell.
Go with God. Yeah.
Like when people, it doesn't happen much anymore, but that's just because I don't get around much anymore. But people would like, when I started dressing like this,
Saturday,
people assumed,
Bet they crowded the floor.
It's a great song.
It really is.
Yeah, and it's like 2 minutes long.
It is.
A lot of those Sam Cooke songs are just like, we're done. We did the song. It's enough.
That's way before Sam Cooke.
I know, but just that's how I know it. And a lot of those
Fair
old
enough.
standards, he only wrote like 3 fucking songs.
No, he wrote a bunch of songs
that were popular.
I loved his pop songs. I know they're what they are, but I love pop songs. You're right, they're short. It's like Coal Miner's Daughter, who's I can see her. She just passed away. She was Loretta Lynn. A bunch of her songs are like 2 minutes long, like fucking Fist City, and there's one called Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, and Happy New Year, and you could just hear the double birds in the song. It's just, her shit is glorious. But no, I love those for that. I love
that for you.
Hey, thanks. It works.
Do you feel seen and heard?
I do, and I don't care for it.
Thoughts and prayers.
I'll say, the 11-year-old is what he's really into right now is Benny Goodman, but he also likes swing stuff. So I'm like, you haven't heard much Sinatra, have you? He's like, no, I want to hear Sinatra. So I put on what was the first one? It's from '56. Sinatra. I used to have all this stuff like at the top of my head as far as like what the record was and who did it.
Then you lost your hair and
oh yeah,
that's where it went. It was some Samson knowledge.
Hair's been gone for a while. Songs for Swingin' Lovers from '56. Great Nelson Riddle orchestrations, all kinds of great stuff. But it's got like Make It Whoopee on there.
Such a fucking good team around him.
Amazing, and he assembled that team.
Oh, you got to watch this Light and Magic thing. I'm sorry, man, but like that's just the team that was. It's the Avengers of special effects. It really is. It's just like a ragtag bunch. And one of the people on the team was like, "We were the fucking Rebel Alliance." I think she says it like that, and it's just like,
I have a question.
You're goddamn right.
What is your recall like on the Guardians movies, 1 and 2?
Well, I've seen both of them like at least 7 times.
Okay, so when Yondu goes in and he's trying to find out who got the one thing from the
who got the orb from the dealer.
Yeah.
I just started watching Guardians 1 again last night because I'm gonna watch the 2 of them, then the holiday special, then go to the theater.
And it's talking to the dealer, and every time that made me so happy.
I didn't like it the first time.
No,
because I didn't really know Yondu's character, and then once you see his whole arc in that movie, and then the whole arc of Yondu, then you're like, oh, he's just a fucking goofball.
Yeah.
And it was.
How do you feel about the Toy Story movies?
I think they're incredible. I think that like, there's no reason for them to be that good and to continue getting better.
And people keep saying like, oh, they're gonna make another one. God, I hope so.
I really like if they make a Toy Story 5, like, go. It's like how I feel about Mission Impossible movies or James Gunn doing anything.
Fair. The Mission Impossible movies get lumpy. I
Not
just get bored.
after 4.
I get so bored.
No, not after 4. 6
I
is the
will
best
say.
one.
Oh wait, but going back.
He broke his fucking leg and it kept running, and they kept it in the movie.
Jesus Christ.
He's an insane person.
He's an insane person.
That wasn't even the big stunt in the movie.
No. He's totally Jackie Chan. You ever see that where they had Jackie Chan like in Rumble in the Bronx, and they show in the credits, they show that he broke his foot and he had a cast on his foot, and they just painted it to look like his other shoe.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Oh, but going backity back
To the future.
We were talking about the Toy Story movies.
Yes.
My younger child is just watches Pixar movies just because they're there, but loves them. And fucking Forky,
Touchdown.
fucking,
Such a good character. Touchdown.
and he shows up trash.
Trash.
But then when he shows up, he does something like that, and I almost fell to the ground laughing. It just made me. They just make me so happy. But you know what? The dead heat for like late period Toy Story brilliance is fucking Forky and fucking Ducky and Bunny, and it's
you can't
not
go
just
wrong,
Key and Peele.
But you
It's not.
can't really go wrong with
No.
them. But the writing is there. I mean, like,
Yeah.
the movie is good. Toy
Yeah.
Story 4 didn't need to be good. It could have been Cars 2.
Could have just
It
been
could have
there.
been Monsters University.
By the way, both are better than you remember
Monsters
because I've seen them
University's
both
fine.
recently.
Monsters University is fine.
Cars 2 is pretty good.
I'm never gonna watch. That's a spy one, right?
It's good.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna. Do
Are you just angry because they kill Ash?
that. Is Ash the
Bruce
guy?
Campbell.
Oh no, I don't know that.
Ash
I've
was
seen
played
it.
by Bruce
I just
Campbell.
Don't. I saw the first
Bruce
one.
Campbell is the actor who played Ash, and he was in the Evil Dead movies
Oh, the guy from
and-
Doctor Strange.
and Army of Dark. Yes, and also and all the
It's
Spider-Man
over.
movies.
Who?
The Spider-Man movies.
I don't.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
I don't know who that is.
Spider-Man? Okay, he was a character in 1962. He was invented by it was
Steve
amazing.
Ditko and Stan Lee.
That's right. I just had that discussion with the child today because he didn't know all the characters. I'm like, he's like,
In
Stan Lee
Spider-Verse?
invented these. I'm like, co-created.
He
You
was
know.
like, "What if a spider was a man?" And he was like, "Go, Steve."
And
Steve
Ditko
was like,
made him look
"Fucking-
amazing.
Okay, yeah. He was
Whatever.
Steve Ditko was the Bill Finger to Stan Lee's Bob.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Ditko was nuts, but also kind of ahead of his time drawing wise.
Oh yeah, and like
He
him
came
and
up
Jack
with the
Kirby
question.
are the reason Stan Lee
Oh yeah.
is Stan Lee.
And I love that. I love that Kirby fucked off from Marvel and went over to DC
Went
and
over
just
to
made the New
DC
Gods.
and then just did he do
The New
Crisis on Infinite Earths?
no, he did the New Gods.
Oh, that's what he did. A better thing because
You know why?
Crisis is so convoluted and
Do you
New
know
Gods
why?
is so rich, and
Do you know-
then the Mr. Miracle comes from that. and
Do you
it's
know
just-
why it's so
boy,
great
boy,
though?
boy, boy.
Because Darkseid is.
He is. Man,
Did you ever watch that?
no.
Of course not. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I do every night.
Aw.
What?
And ew. Is that the cup?
And I drink from it to replenish.
Yeah, you do. It's one cup. What are you gonna do? Waste a cup?
It's a recycler.
It's a
You know,
real
like a
good cup.
rebreather. You know? It's
Yes.
That. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know. None taken.
None taken, baby.
No, but going back, the fucking
Back
just
in
the Forky stuff.
time.
Have you watched the Forky Asks a Question shorts?
No.
Oh, they're glorious.
Yeah, I
Fucking
bet.
glorious.
I've heard that like most of those Toy Story shorts are pretty good.
What is computer? So fucking funny.
I mean,
And then one of
the casting in those movies is fucking
Unbelievable. They had fucking Rickles.
I know they had Rickles and Jim Varney, and they have the guy who's in all the Pixar movies, John Ratzenberger,
Yes.
who is a crazy right wing nut job, but
Crazy right wing nut
But
job. You
good
can hear
actor.
Jim Jeffries talk about him.
oh yeah, oh
was
yeah, yeah.
And he does a really good impression of him
because he
too.
was on the show Legit with him,
which was a really
which
good
was a
show.
great show. Yeah. And what's his name?
Jeffries, good actor. Fine stand-up
I
comedian.
didn't expect it. I didn't expect him to be.
You will
good
find
actor.
more often than not a good stand-up is usually a pretty good actor.
Yeah, Paul F. Tompkins.
Paul F. Tompkins.
Paul F. Tompkins.
The fucking that whole thing about the movies he got into.
The thing I think that is one of my favorite stand-up acts. I like his next one because it's very personal and
the one about his family.
Yeah, and crying and driving.
Yeah, that one's great.
But the Laboring Under Delusions is so good. And then like if you watch the full thing, he ends it with a performance of Danny Boy. Beautiful voice.
He has a wonderful voice.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Not quite. It's not quite the how the fuck does that comedian sing like that of Conan O'Brien. Because have you ever heard Conan O'Brien sing?
No, and I kind of don't want to now that I know he can.
He can, but not like, oh, he can sing. No, he is a true Irish tenor.
Well, I've heard his, I can tell that he's got theater pipes because of when he does bits and when he'll yell, he'll have.
Okay. I can't remember. I'm sure we've talked about them, but how much of The Simpsons have you watched?
5 or 6 episodes.
Really?
I was barred from watching it as a child.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, well, my parents were very conservative in that manner.
Yeah.
They're libs. They're hardcore libs. They love Obama. They have a bunch of newspapers from when Obama was elected, but like they were very conservative in raising me.
Mm-hmm.
And
it
I
seems
believe
to have worked out.
Less so with myself. Oh my God! I'd like all it took was me smoking pot, and then I was just like, oh,
one time, and then
pretty much because the first time the first time I smoked pot was with a gravity bong. I don't know if you know what that is, but
is that the thing where you stand on your head? And
no, it's a 2-liter bottle.
You do pot.
You get you do pot.
Can you tell I don't smoke pot? Can you tell?
You get a little ratchet piece. From and then you cut the bottom off, the little tits on the bottom of a 2-liter bottle. You cut that off.
I'm already confused.
You get a bucket. You fill it with water. You cut the bottom tits off of a 2-liter bottle thing. You cut a hole in the cap and you put a little thing in there to put all the pot in, and it's physics. So what you do is you sink the 2-liter bottle down, and then you light. You do. Pride Month, baby. You light the pot, and then you basically just get 2 liters of smoke, but like the densest smoke you've ever seen with the least amount. It's the most efficient way to smoke pot. And then you put all of that 2 liters of smoke into your lungs.
See, I can't do it.
And then you hold it in.
Yeah, can't do it.
And then you think that you're jumping through time because you're having these flashes of consciousness, but really what it is you're blinking. So that's how high I was. I thought I was slipping through time like a Lost episode, but instead it was just your eyes were closing and opening and you're just really high after school.
That sounds like how I felt when I was really horribly ill with COVID the first time I had it.
Yeah, no, COVID. I feel like COVID sickness for me was because I got it before it was cool, like before we were even talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I got it in January of 2020. So
I got it in 1993. So go fuck yourself.
How about that Paul F. Tompkins thing where he was like, "I have COVID 22. I don't even know how I got to this. Oh no, I have COVID 24. I skipped
WhatsApp.
one."
Was he on WhatsApp or
thing,
whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was so. You're right. That was very, very funny.
It was just pure
It
joy.
shouldn't have taken you so long to watch the Canaan thing. But
yeah, I mean, I know how I feel about stand-up, and confirmed. It's very cloying, and
that's how stand-up. It's stand-up.
You're begging for laughs, and it's just like I get it. I'd rather listen to him and Rory Scovel just talk on a podcast together.
Sure.
Yeah, because
I have enjoyed
very funny.
that.
They bounce off of each other.
That bit I thought was not only the best, like coming out of COVID related bit, but maybe the only great COVID related bit. Like that made me so happy. The wind up, like where's he going, and then the left turn.
I like,
it worked for me.
and like I like his style of stand-up.
You make me sad. Sad for you, sad for the country.
And like I'll finish it, but
if you didn't like that bit, if it didn't do anything for you,
I did like the bit.
Did you
That's
though?
why I watched. Yeah, that's why I watched
you-
past the first fucking 5 minutes. I
Did
kept
you, though?
watching, and then he
Did
started
you?
talking about pillows, and that was kind of funny. And then it's just like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Did you though?
No, I'm lying.
Ha!
You got me. Oh boy, all you had to do was keep asking the same question over and over again, and I remember that I was lying.
I can't handle the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
So don't tell me it.
Yeah,
Oh
don't
yeah?
tell me nothing.
You can't tell me nothing.
Kanye style with
Oh, yeah.
Zach Galifianakis in the video. Did you see
Okay,
that?
no. It's
Where,
Zach Galifianakis. It's Zach Galifianakis.
I'm sorry. I'm so
And
sorry.
honestly, the Kanye stuff just makes me sad.
Yes,
'Cause
it's
that guy
making me
is
sad too because his
obviously-
first 3 albums are fucking fire shit.
Yeah. No, he's very talented. But people were making fun of him, and then it's like, oh no, he's really ill.
It's the
and
Bruce Willis thing.
Yeah, and nobody's helping him because they're making money off of him.
Well, that's different than the Bruce Willis thing. When people found out about Bruce Willis, they were like, okay, we're not gonna, oh, we didn't know. Like nobody, I don't think people knew. Like he was playing that shit close to the chest.
Yeah,
We've
that's
been known about Kanye's shit because he doesn't shut the fuck up.
No,
so
but
he
he's-
talked about having bipolar, disorder, like
Oh,
in
no.
like 2010.
I remember because before it got so fucking toxic, he was on Rogan. I know.
No, look,
And-
man.
but
like
he was
the first,
talking
like
about-
the first, like
yeah.
300 episodes of Rogan,
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
That's where Honey Honey was on there, and they're
Yeah,
they're
and there were
band,
great
and they were
moments
great
on there.
and
Yeah.
and,
There were great moments, and then there were ones I wasn't
and he
interested
started
in.
letting people like Ben Shapiro and Milo Yiannopoulos on there because he's just like
And-
he's uncritically curious.
And that's when you listen to it with one hand. I know.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You had
Then
the
I
cup
have to
nearby.
then I have to put the
You gotta-
15-second back one on because I missed something because I was too enraptured. And
Yeah, well, yeah, but you had to go find your cup.
now I just keep it handy.
Yeah, you
Hey
did.
now,
Hey now.
Bread Month.
Everyone is a problem, though, including him.
Yeah, I mean, if you dig deep enough, you'll find something. It's like the thing we talked about last week, where, if you could have, like when Rebecca basically just like said all of the deepest, worst thoughts in her head to all of the people that cared.
Oh,
about
when
her.
she burned it down.
When she burned it down.
I
and
was-
it's like, there's that version of us
and
in
honestly,
everybody.
watching that, I don't know about you. I don't know
No,
how
that was the
part
hardest
affected you.
part of this
Hardest
series
part.
to watch.
I was in tears watching it.
Yeah, that's like harder. There's some shit in Breaking Bad season 5 that is very difficult to watch, and season 2 that is very difficult to
sure.
watch. But nothing beats that scene because it's so fucking real, and it's
It
just
was.
and because the show is a musical comedy, but so you don't
see it
sometimes you
coming.
forget that
You
it
don't see
can
it
go
coming.
that it can go there, and just Quicksilver style. You didn't see that coming, did you? You didn't see that coming? Then he got shot to shit.
Yeah.
And then he shows
all
up as Ralph Boner,
Did.
which is one of my favorite parts of WandaVision.
That was pretty great. I'm just sad that they crapped out on it because I really wanted that to be where the multiverse stuff started.
Well, that was a little tease because you don't think that Evan Peters is gonna come back as Quicksilver again?
I don't know, man.
Do you think Wanda's dead?
No, of course not.
Okay, good. All right. As long as we're there.
I don't think they know what they're doing next.
I don't. I think they know bullet points, but I don't
Tell
think
me-
they know the broad strokes of
What's
where they're
the next
going.
movie?
The Marvels.
Exactly.
The Marvels. And I'm looking forward to that because that
I
want
want
to
to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, because Captain Marvel was good. Well, it was good for.
No, I liked Captain Marvel.
Captain
very
Marvel was good for a Phase 2
No, I
origin
liked it.
story Marvel movie.
I liked
feel
it
like
very much.
I feel like you should move Captain Marvel and Black Widow back to Phase 2. If you put them in between Civil War and
We've been doing the
Age of
see-
Ultron and like Civil War somewhere in there.
Yeah. See, we've
Maybe
been
put
doing
Captain
the
Marvel like right
chronological-
after Civil War.
We've been
Oh,
doing
yeah,
the
you've been doing the
chronological rewatch, and that is very enjoyable.
Are you doing in the timeline order or in the order that they came out?
No timeline.
So you started with
Chronological,
Captain America.
not release. You start with Captain America.
Then you go to Captain Marvel.
No, then you go to the one shot of Agent Carter,
Oh, of course. Well,
which is where they set up Shield, which is great.
yeah, but the Carter show is like quite fucking good.
I've heard great things.
It's very like, and it's on there.
Yeah,
but like
I just haven't got a chance to watch it.
of the ABC
Of the
crossover
non-MCU
of the
movies.
non-MCU MCU stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would put it up there with like Jessica Jones season 1. It's really fucking good. It's solid, and like it's
Is that,
Dominic
like-
Cooper works on his accent a bit, but he's still not great at it.
Okay.
Howard Stark guy.
I liked him.
He's great. He's a charisma machine. It's just his American accent is for
Is
shit.
he not American? Asked and answered.
Go, yeah. Just like if you're looking for it, I guess he wasn't.
I thought he was fucking great in the first Captain America.
He's great in all of these. It's just his accent is dark side.
Dark side. But fucking Haley Atwell. Jesus Christ.
Slam dunk. That's kind of what makes
And love the hat. You know.
the hat is great. She does wear the hat in the first season of the show.
Yeah, she fucking does.
But like, nah, it's really good, and it does tie into Agents of Shield in a really nice way.
I heard
because
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got good eventually.
Agents of Shield, the first season was garbage until Hydra
Yeah.
showed up. Then the last bits of that were really good. Then season 2 was garbage, and season 3 was fine, and then season 4 Ghost Rider shows up and it's good.
I remember really liking the bit when what's-her-name got sucked into the thing.
That's season
And
3,
she
and that's the
lived
fucking.
it.
And then the episode where they do that is one of the best. Where they show where she's been is one of
Yes,
the best episodes
amazing.
of the series.
And then
Yeah.
she does it, but there's all like they do it together, but all I can think of is sand. Seriously, the whole time I'm like,
it's coarse, and it gets everywhere.
it sounds bad. Doesn't sound good.
Anakin style.
I can't help it. I don't like sand.
Then why are you touching it? Sorry. The prequels.
So you about ready to stop?
It's up to you, man. I got a steak to make.
Are you steak making?
I'm steak making.
Are you back
Making
with
steak.
another one of those steak making beats? Remember when Big Beat was supposed to happen? Chemical Brothers, Fatboy Slim,
It's a Batman villain? Oh, okay. That could still be a Batman villain.
totally could be. It's like onomatopoeia.
What are you going to pee? Who is simultaneous?
Actually, I was just gonna be my villain's gonna be named Urea. Just nobody will want to be around him.
What's that smell?
Nothing.
Oh!
Nothing at all.
Let's get out of here. I think that's
Hey guys, where you going?
Where you going, guys?
I don't know why he sounds like Fred Wynn. Where you going?
Just around the. We're just going around the corner. Like, it's
Why
cool.
don't you stay? Oh, can I come with ya?
No, oh no, it's there's a capacity, there's a max capacity
Oh,
limit. and
but
it's just
I'd
the three
love
of us.
to come.
Yeah, no,
It'll be
I know.
so good.
If
Come
I
on,
would-
we'll hold hands.
Oh, no. Fuck. Gotta go take a shower.
You know, I've never done his voice before.
Fucking nailed it.
That went way better than I expected it to.
Okay.
Not as good. Not
no,
as good
keep
as my Ernie, but still pretty good.
Can we just hold on?
I'm actually very. I am. There are a few things like that I am as proud of as the fact that I can do a good Ernie impression.
Yeah. Oh, hey, come on. What are you doing here? You want? Yeah, I could be a contender, you know, but my
Are
mouth,
you doing,
my
are you
lips.
doing John Travolta?
Yeah.
What's happening? That's the worst.
What's
That's the worst Southern accent I've ever heard.
Yeah, come on, what do you want from me? You know, my lip.
You will never be a Ravager.
Yeah, you never be.
Ugh.
I'm a big old shark man.
Well, you can.
Hand.
That's the
Hey.
best work he's done since the
Friend.
first Rocky.
Hand.
I really like King Shark.
King
I really
Shark
do.
was fucking.
I have you seen that movie since you saw it? Did you just see it the one time?
Yeah, I wouldn't watch that again.
It's a good
I
time.
want,
It's
although-
anti-imperialism.
but
I love it.
I want more Polka Dot Man though. That's the problem.
You should watch it again. You may like it. At least watch it to watch Pete Davidson get his fucking face shot off.
I'm a superhero.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like that's so. Reading
wanted
Kingdom
more.
Come. I was reading Kingdom Come at the show. I was reading Kingdom Come at the show.
Back to minute 15. Yes.
Yeah, and the guy who I said I would kill myself to, and said, you know, I got to watch Spider-Verse, and he was like, yeah, no, you got to see that because it looks really good, and I hope it's really good, and I'm going to see it tomorrow. So maybe you should do a podcast with him. This isn't a podcast, but what even is a podcast? Anyway, so I
I'm
sat
very
down.
irritated with podcasts, by the way, they do so much with the video thing that you can't quite tell what's happening.
Yeah,
It's
no,
listen to
I've
the
just
audio.
stopped listening to those. Like there are some where there's a partial video podcast. The only one I stuck it out with was Harmontown because of my cult, sort of feelings toward Dan Harmon. By the way,
problems, yes.
Community is similar to Justified, and there's just the one off season, and otherwise I think it's just like a magnificent
Is that the one where he's
show.
not involved?
Yes,
Because
season
there
4.
were some really good episodes in there.
No, there weren't. There were some good episodes. There were some
just said
there were
that.
some really good episodes of TV in there, but there were not any good episodes of Community in that season.
Christian added new photos, but they're not of me.
No, they're of the show tonight. I may be in one, lurking behind behind Charming Disaster. As I make sound for them. The soundboard was on the stage, which is great. And it was certainly great when Christian and C is the front person for their band, Boy Meets Pearl. I was like just behind them,
Sure.
just like in front of the drum kit,
Sure.
next to the cellist, also next to the viola player, and then behind C and Christian who are up front. It was a whole thing. It was
You got invited to an after party.
I did, and I'll probably
And you know what's after the after party? Hotel lobby.
jail. Isn't he going to jail?
Yes. That's my understanding.
Or is that up in the air? I don't know. Hold on.
I thought he was going to jail.
Well, I'm just going to look him up and then look at news, the news tab. Government seeks R. Kelly money from label and publisher to pay victims. Yeah, okay, good.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
do that.
think so. The biggest crime he committed, I think, was trying to keep stepping alive in R&B music.
Stepping like the two-step, or stepping like the dance style?
Like the dance style.
Like the slapping your chest and slapping your knees?
Step to the left.
Oh, no,
Not
that's the
quite that.
two-step. Yeah, two-step it. No, step is like...
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, I used to do that.
In a
I used to dance.
Did you do it in like Timberlands? That was the thing that always killed me when they show it. Like
No,
they're doing
no,
this shit,
because we
and
had
they're
to
wearing
have-
Timberland.
We had to have black shoes. I got in trouble for having Adidas with white stripes on them.
You iconoclast.
Yeah. Also, but it turns out that the guy that was yelling at me, who ran the program, cheated on and beat his wife. So,
Well, there you go.
what a cunt!
It's a great word. I can't quite let it
It's
go.
really cool, but we just need to let everybody know that I don't know who that is, but apparently they're not one. I don't know who that is. I'm Wolfman Jarls. Oh! So we were supposed to do a Werewolf by Night sized one, but I guess
think
this is
it's Jolfman Warles, but yes, exactly. You're welcome. That shouldn't have gotten you that hard.
Yay! I'm really tired. I didn't have my nap because I got sideswiped by having to run sound.
But not. Oh yeah. So you got sideswiped by getting a job. You fucking hippie.
I was underpaid. But they're my
Good.
friends, so it's
Good,
fine.
but you got experience.
And exposure. You can fucking die from exposure.
Like COVID? Like,
Maybe there were a lot of people there. Actually,
If
I was
you're
I was
lucky.
I was very pleased with how many people showed up because I
did
was
you get
worried.
HPV? Like what?
I don't know. The bathroom was pretty clean, so when I rubbed my jennies on it, I don't think I got anything.
I rub my jennies off. I think there's a very good possibility that if I ended up down there, there would just be like a stretch of time of you and I sitting in an alley, just half paralyzed, giggling
Yeah,
from whatever
probably,
stupid shit we talked about for
probably
the previous
that would
3
be
hours.
yeah, man, yeah.
Chris, where have you been? You wouldn't understand. Like, were you doing anything? Not exactly.
I don't define anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was does
A
sitting
thing
count?
that you were doing
Does sitting and kind of shaking at random intervals count?
for no apparent reason
Just
when
like-
no one said anything for the past 10 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm very interested, and a part of me hopes we never meet so that this is just like a running bit.
That would be
That would be very funny.
That
It's
would
like
be-
we meet each other's like friend, like longtime friends, and like you meet my like ex-girlfriend that I haven't talked to in for fucking ever, and
I
you
feel
guys
like I
hit it
should-
off, and
I feel like I should give you like the number to like other people, you know. 'Cause I lived in Baltimore for over 40 years, but you know a lot of them, you know. Like from that area, from that circle, you know a lot of them already, so
yeah, I mean, but like through osmosis, and the girlfriend I was just talking about is the reason I met Rob. Like, she introduced me to him, which is kind of the reason why I have a music career, because I was like kind of done at that point, and she was like, "You should try to do this open mic with this guy."
Are we talking about the Rappy Rat Tail person?
No, this is way before that. It's 10 years
Okay.
before that.
Okay, so I don't know
I
that
was a
person.
child. No, you definitely don't know this person. You may have
Okay.
crossed paths because you were still in town.
The way you said that, it sounded like it was somebody who I knew.
No, this is just someone who like there were like a few things that she did where she pointed me in certain directions that like are life-defining decisions.
Do you want to put? It's funny how that works. Why don't you put the name in the private chat?
You don't know her. There's no way you know her
Oh,
because
you
she's not a
just-
music person
The
anymore.
way you said it just then, like you may have known that person.
No, you may have crossed paths with her because she would like show up to some of Rob's open mics sometimes, which is how I knew about Rob's open mics. Ultimately,
But you are not willing to share that name.
I mean, I can share the name. There's literally no way you know her, but sure, I'll do it. What is suspense?
Nancy Reagan.
Yeah, the blowjob queen of Hollywood.
It's true.
That's literally what her nickname was. Yeah. See, nothing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
No.
nothing.
No.
No.
Any relation to the baseball player?
No, but some relation to the country. No relation to the country.
Now, of course, I want to try to like book
Zimbabwe Phillips was her name.
Zimbabwe Ruth.
I could have said Zimbabwe Ripken, or
You could have gone a lot of different directions.
Rodriguez, Sosa, McGuire.
I mean,
I just
was
went
just
Phillips
keeping it-
because I figured white guy name, baseball. It's
See,
fine.
I was just keeping it baseball because I'm Baltimore because Babe Ruth is from Baltimore.
You can have him.
Well, I'm not there anymore.
Oh, but you can have him though. Should I mail him to you?
I mean, he wasn't a bad guy necessarily for the time.
No. Of the baseball guys,
Yeah,
middle of the road.
he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah.
He's like
There's the dollop does like some of their best episodes are obviously politicians. They're very interesting, but the best ones are when there's an expedition from
Yeah.
like the 19th century, and then the baseball episodes. Those are the best episodes of the dollop. They did one on this German guy from the turn of the century who was like a baseball manager, and then he he was an owner slash manager slash sometimes coach slash. It was so fucked. He's the reason why there's like beer at baseball games now, like drinking, because he was German and he was like, let's just do a beer garden. And then
what happened?
Chris something. Oh, then he ruined the game. Well, he ruined his team. And various leagues that he was a part of were like, hey, could you stop being the absolute worst? Could you maybe pay your players? Could you maybe like stop sleeping with everyone and ruining everyone's lives? Could you maybe do that? Could you maybe stop like getting into fights with people? And
Yeah, I definitely don't know this person.
Chris Vander something.
Wait, I might know this person.
Chris Vander Ache.
No, the previous person, Babe Ruth.
I still don't know what that is. That's a candy bar, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. All right. So tomorrow
Yes.
we're doing a book club,
Yes.
and you will talk about Spider-Verse, and I will not listen.
Not listen.
Right. Yeah. By the way, this episode is called Into the Ssnot-iverse. It's a good title. And so tomorrow's episode will be called Across the Ssnot-iverse. What's the next one called after that?
Beneath the Valley of the Planet of the Spider-Verse.
Of the Spider-Verse? Okay. Rise of the Spider-Verse. Dawn of the Planet of the Spider-Verse.
Dawn of the Rise of the Planet of the Spider-Verse.
War for the Planet of the Kingdom.
And in closing,